Davey, 1-1 draw today, give us your thoughts after that.
I think it was a fair reflection on the game. Thought we were okay in spells. Hibs dominated more of the ball. We created some good opportunities, but probably, in all honesty, a good reflection on the game.
Nearly got 3 points in. Bruce's goal obviously chopped off for offside. It would have been a nice way to round off the season.
Great finish, because I thought it was. I was sitting nearly in line, mate, so I knew he was offside at the time, but could have squared it to Tetty. But if there's anybody you get the ball in the box, it's probably wee Brucey you want it to faulty. Great finish, but I kind of knew it was offside. I'm actually surprised we got the first goal. In all honesty, I wouldn't say that in sports scene, but I thought Brucey pushed. I think it was handling. He bumped into somebody else. They fell. So I'm actually surprised we got a goal, but probably easier to give us a goal when it doesn't mean anything now.
Absolutely, that's it. I mean, I was going to ask you what the reflection of the season is. It's obviously been difficult, but the fans kind of stuck with us even today as well, though.
I think, I'll be really honest. I thought we would have maybe have come out today and it was kind of half a stand, so to speak. And I know the stand's not full, but I thought it was a half decent turnout. And the fans, and I'll go back to it. I think social media creates a monster now, but I felt that 95% of the fans were behind the team, behind the boys. And then when the first goal went in, I thought, here we go, we're going to get hit with a wee bit of negativity, toxicity, but they weren't. They were brilliant. And I think I'm due the fans a huge apology. Me personally, I think I've let the club down, I've let the fans down. I need to take that in the chin.
As now, say, end of the season, planning's already underway for next year for what's going to be an exciting championship.
Yeah, I think I'm looking at next season, the staff, the players, whatever. I think there's a real strong group of players that are going to be here. And there'll be things the fans don't see. The last maybe 4 or 5 games, there's certain style of play, formation that we're hopefully going to try to implement next year. You can only kind of work on. We're going to be in the Championship and we're going to have a right good go at it. What I would say, it's my first year at the club in 10 years, so that's going into 11 next year, where I feel we're going to have a competitive budget for the league we're in. Tell a lie, that's a lie actually, because the first year we were in the year 3, we were in League 1, and we were probably had a top 3 budget for that level, because Brecon were paying well, Airdrie were paying well, we were paying well in comparison. So we had a competitive budget for League 1, then in the Champ, and kind of kept that continuity and the positivity kicked on. We had that positive momentum, but our budget was pretty poor compared to other teams, St Mirren's, Dundee United, that type of thing. And 6 years in the Premier League, I'll be honest, the last couple of years has been a huge challenge. I've felt the gap between ourselves and all our clubs kind of get bigger, and it was harder to become more competitive. It was harder to sign the players you needed to try and get you to keep you in the Premier League or try to progress. So I think next year in the Champ, it's kind of a reset for the full club, but what I will say is, I know we're going to have a competitive budget for that level, and you're looking at a top 4 budget in a league with 10. I think we've got to be really, really positive going into the season, but it's a difficult league. It's a difficult league, but I think for us, we're going to have around probably 10, 12 players that, for me, can play in the Premier League with the boys that are in contract, and it gives the club a hugely strong foundation to try and bounce back at the first attempt. But I'm under no illusions how hard that's going to be either. But can maybe wake up as Livy fans now, looking forward to try to win games of football, opposed to sometimes in the Premier League you're looking at how not to get beat.
That's an attraction in itself, though, isn't it? It brings people out and gets them in behind the team, winning.
Well, hopefully, I've spoken about this previously. Hopefully, you're going to have Hearts, Rangers, and Celtic in European football. So you're hoping you can maybe tap into that. I think for us as a club, we need investment. Now, whether that investment comes through individual ownership, someone willing to put a substantial sum of money into the football club, a Premier League football club coming in and showing interest, or increasing your season ticket sales year on year. Do you know what I mean? I think was it Rafe Party game, 6,000 or something like that was at it. I look at us when we were in the playoffs, we were roughly sitting at around 5,000-6,000 as well, and you were hoping you could have. I felt that was probably Old Firm fans, Rangers, Hearts and Hibs fans that were local. We're their second team, they come out and supported us, so hopefully we can get a wee bounce on that next year. Hopefully we can try and get the club back to the Premier League, because it's where we all want to be. It's where we all want to be, but the club, I kind of we need investment to keep in touching distance with the Premier League in Scotland. I know what they're doing, AstroTurf parks, grass parks. It's going to get harder. It's going to get harder.
Obviously, Bruce came off at the end there. He's not the only player going to be leaving the football club in the summer. There's going to be quite a few. What's your kind of message to them over?
Just thank you. It's like I look at this year and I find it hard to say thanks. I feel I've got to say thanks, but it's hard to say thanks. Like, you've been relegated, but I think it's not just about this season. I look at the previous 6 seasons, former managers, former coaches, former players. There's a huge thank you due to them. And I know fans will probably not want to hear it, but it's kind of how I square it in my head. 10 years ago I came into the football club, and this isn't me, I'm meaning from my spell at the football club. And there's a lot of people deserve huge kudos between then and now. Hoppy, Holty, loads, assist Marv's, there's loads of players, Liam Kelly, Craig Holt, there's loads. So it's not me, but that's 10 years we've been at the football club. I think if you'd say to any Livy fan, you're going to have 2 relegations under your belt, you're going to have 2 promotions under your belt, you're going to have 2 top 6 finishes, you're going to miss top 6 twice on twice too, on match day 33, and we'll throw in a cup final. I think if you'd said that to anyone 10, maybe even 8 years ago in League One, I think anyone would have bit your hand off, and it's been a roller coaster. But I genuinely do think, and I'm pretty positive, I think you've got to remain positive. You've got to look at the positivity that we've had at this club. Back to the Championship, and again we need to try and regroup, but we'll only get there by everybody sticking together. Whether I'm the manager, whether I'm not the manager, you're only going to get there with everybody pushing and pulling in the same direction.
I think it's we want to get more of those positive moments that we have seen over the last 6 years. Dolly Menga against Rangers, for example, Lyndon Dykes against Celtic. I mean, there's but there's so many at the goal. There's so many good memories for these Livingston fans to hold on to.
Incredible. And it's probably this is the time now that you do reflect. It's hard to do that within a season, but I had a lot of messages from former players and whatever, and there's big Kieran Brown promoted to the Championship with Oxford. Like, there's loads. See, when you look at the players, and even throw in the amount of players that we've gave opportunities to that have went on and changed their life. Even like Nicky, wee Alan Forrest, Craig Halkett, Decky went to Motherwell, got a Scotland call up, Lyndon Dykes, Liam Kelly. There's a lot of Ryan Hardy. There's loads there. So look at the positives that we have had. I think we've probably, not directly, but we've probably played a huge part in getting boys Scotland call-ups. When you look at Lyndon, never kicked a ball for QPR and got called up. It was on the form from Livingston. Halkett was at Hearts, fair enough. Big Decky wasn't at Motherwell for too long. Liam Kelly, Robbie McCrory. There's loads and loads of positives from this. Well, maybe don't feel like that, but there was loads of positives, and I think it's important that we step back, look at the bigger picture, regroup and go again. And that for me, that's your life. It's not how many times you get knocked down, it's how many times you get back up and you still got that desire, that passion and that fire to drive you on. And I feel I've still got that.
No worries. Thanks for your time,
Cheers,
David. I appreciate
thanks, lads. Thanks.